like and subscribe. Now, Caucasians are running this country, the Republican Party, through Donald Trump. Now, understand this. Everything that Republicans have tried to do that would cause harm to the American people, there were always a few Democrats that would go Republican that allowed them to get their legislation through. That's the game that they've been playing. The Republicans have always had Democrats to sign their legislation. And then when Democrats got in office, they never undid any of the damage done to the American people by the Republican Party. See, and I say this to say that they've been running game on us. Now, to get to the point, Caucasians, and I'm not going to blame this on any other minority group, Caucasians have always supported the Republican Party, which is the party that we've always considered to be racially motivated, even though the Democrats are just as guilty because they never undo anything. Now, what we have is a convicted felon running the country. My question is, since when do convicted felons not go to jail? Now we have this convicted felon has created a military infrastructure called ICE. Now, I don't have a problem with ICE, with the president starting ICE. What I do have a problem with, why are they wearing masks? Only criminals and people with something to hide wear masks. Now this is obvious. This is totally obvious. And the ignorance of Caucasians who run this society to allow a convict to run for president and then create an organization that runs around with a mask on, wearing masks. You only, look, this doesn't have to be, this isn't going to be a long video because this is common sense. Only criminals wear masks. Only criminals wear masks. Only people with something to hide wear masks. People with something to hide are criminals, and they are doing criminal activities which they do not want to be held accountable for. That's only common sense. Only people that wear masks are people that do not want to be held accountable for their actions. And if they wear a mask, then they know that what they're doing is illegal, is immoral, is unconscionable, and they want to hide from the harm that they are causing. First of all, what ICE is doing is totally illegal. It's illegal. Because if you have a contract, then you must uphold that contract. Contracts cannot be broken unless something in the contract has not been done. If something, you can only violate a contract, You can only void a contract when there is a violation of the contract. When there is a violation of the contract. So you can't just arbitrarily tell people who were born in America that I'm going to kick you out. Especially if the United States has done something to stifle their economy, ruin their economy, put their economy in such a position to where people have to leave to have a decent life, then the United States is guilty. And the United States is guilty of this throughout South America. Corporations in the United States, with the assistance of the government, have been taking out democratically elected people who want to help that country. And then we say that we are a democracy, but we are not a democracy. We are a aristocracy pretending to be a democracy. And this aristocracy is violating the Constitution. And our entire government has been paid off through campaign financing. People from different countries can finance candidates for Congress, the Senate, and the presidency. Now, what right do they have to finance our government, which is supposed to be beholden to the American people? But see, Caucasians have let all this happen. Caucasians should allow black people to run this country. They should have forced Martin Luther King to become president, forced Malcolm X to become president, forced members of the Black Panthers, members of the Black Lives Matter to become president and support them for running off, because these were people who believed in people. These, especially if they're nonviolent. Now you got this guy preaching hate. He's talking about opening up Alcatraz. I mean, he has the mind of a child. He's running around. Has he ever made a great speech? Has he ever said anything worth repeating? He has done nothing but spew hatred out of his mouth. And now white people, Caucasians, who are full of hate, and those who want to be white and will acquiesce to anything, put this man in office, and he's screwing them. And see, common sense, do you even remember the last time he was president? He gutted the CDC. He gutted the CDC. And then what happened? Then we had an outbreak of COVID. And he defunded the CDC. Then, Caucasians, you're going to vote for this man hoping that he does something to black people, and he does it to you. What does the Bible say about rich people? Evangelists. What do the Bible say about rich people? Evangelists. What type of person was Jesus? What type of person was Jesus? And you say you read the Bible. The Bible says a rich man has as much chance of entering heaven as a camel has of passing through the eye of a needle. And Jesus was black. And most of you who say that you believe in Jesus, which is to believe in the teachings of Jesus, say that if Jesus is black, you will quit Christianity. Well, guess what? Jesus doesn't care. Neither does God care. You have God gave you free will. So you can, and now you have made a fool of yourselves. You've got flooding and you got natural disasters in Texas. You have natural disasters going on in Florida and in New York. These people do not need disaster relief. It's just going to last a minute. And when that disaster relief is gone, they're going to need for at least 3 or 4 years to rebuild their homes and to rebuild their lives. They are going to need social programs. They are going to need social programs that Donald Trump has cut. He's cut the social program of the people who are going through natural disasters are going to need. And see, he's talking about helping you. But see, he's going to help you as long as people remember that you lost this and you lost that. As soon as the media stops bringing this up, which is owned by the oligarchs, as soon as they stop bringing this up, people who have gone through natural disasters are going to be the new homeless. You're going to be homeless. As soon as you forget, just like you forgot he cut the CDC, then he got COVID and got help for it. Do you remember anything? See, that's the thing with Caucasians. They don't remember anything. They have short memories. They have short memory. Trump laughed at him when he said that he could stand on the corner and shoot somebody and nothing would happen. But see, this so-called whatever they call it, 2025, this beautiful 2025 thing, whatever they called it, this is legislative genocide. It is legislative genocide. This contract 2025 is legislative genocide. And there are men running around with masks on, and we don't even know who they are. They may not even be from this country. These could be men working for BlackRock. These could be mercenaries running this country and getting paid to do what they getting paid to destabilize the United States government. What mercenaries are paid to destabilize foreign governments. We don't know if these men are mercenaries. We don't know who they are. All we know is they got jobs and they're running around with masks on, just like criminals do. And who else would hire criminals other than another criminal, a convicted felon, like and described? But guess what? The only thing that African Americans, Hebrew Israelites, we request that they take off their masks. That's all we requested. And we don't need to march up and down the street to request and start a movement to have them take off their masks. Because wearing those masks are illegal if your job is to protect the people. And where is your badge? We should, just like the police, if you are in support of the American people, just like the police, you should have a badge, some type of identification that goes along with your picture, so we know who you are. Because ICE works for the American people who pay taxes, more so than he worked for the oligarchs, because they don't pay taxes. And the ignorance of Caucasians to vote for a man who cut his taxes the first time in office, and then you're going to vote for him again? That's lunacy. Like and subscribe. Talk to you later.